Going to see a different Chris Day break, or is he sticking with the sort of wide front ball break that he's been, well, having good success with so far?
With 2 breaks, 2 break clearances, why would you change?
Because he's Chris Day. Oh yeah, why change that? Oh well, spoke too soon, didn't we? Yeah. Cut break next for Chris. I mean, this is amazing. This is the best one he's hit at the 3 so far.
Agreed.
I mean, that's a brutal in off that.
I mean, it's so tough that he's already eyeing the table up for the route, the pattern. He's already dancing around thinking, okay, how am I getting out here? And then that happens.
That was a 1,000-yard stare you caught in the back of that shot from Chris Day.
Yeah.
Looking at what you could have won. Oh, is this short? No, it's just got the legs.
You feel that Liam's going to have to just sharpen up a little bit from his first match. Yes, I know he took out a fabulous finish to go 2-2, but he made a couple of mistakes to get to that point. So, and that's a slightly loose one as well. Just he's in position, he's in line, but he wanted that just to come off about an extra 2-3 rolls, makes the pot a lot easier. Drop that like with confidence, wasn't it? It just didn't matter that he was on the cushion, just punch it in.
An excellent shot. That is quite the astonishing shirt, isn't it, for the Danger Mouse? There has been some conjecture, particularly around players' pool and snooker lounge, where we see many familiar faces on a weekly basis, including most weeks Liam's. But there has been some conjecture about whether it is in fact a mouse or maybe another of the rodent family.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just...
You have no idea what to respond to that.
No, I was just thinking that we should applaud Jam Up and their efforts to get that shirt design. To the Jam Up designers, I applaud you. It's fabulous.
I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, what mammal is it? Answers on a postcard. Fabulous break.
Okay, red and yellow have come together, top left-hand corner. Gut feel was yellows, but actually I quite like the reds. I think the 2 reds at the top of the table lend themselves to break out the red and yellow together better than the yellows do. So do you take it on straight away? Do you take the outside one of those 2 reds at the top of the table and go straight away into the problem? I would love to see Tom Cousins with that layout and that situation. And I'm not saying he would have taken that red up the table. I think it would have been in his mind.
Just misses it by a fraction.
Yeah, now he's in trouble. Now, how does he deal with the problem?
Not easily.
Come back to that first decision. Do you take red? I would have had a tough time turning down red step. I do understand the argument because of the yellow's above the red. You feel like the yellow's more likely to come on better than the red, but the breakout ball was better.
Not quite. It was tough.
Chris does have a pot down the table, bottom right, but I think he's considering a loss of turn or a long combination shot with a safety element. Oh, this is going to be the worst shot he's played all night. Oh, he's been very, 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 very lucky.
He's been so fortunate.
Oh, wow.
The fact he's not left that yellow on is an unbelievable touch for CD.
Well, is his reaction to that the opposite of the break where he was giving it the 1,000-yard stare? Because that was every bit as lucky as the break was unlucky.
Stick with us. Liam White looked for the showstopper. It was a great effort. Tried to play the double off the yellow.
And he gets away with it as well, but you have to say Chris will be relieved that he didn't make the double off the yellow, because that was such a big error.
Yeah, huge. Really, really surprising. It's the first false note of the night, really, for Chris, who's flawless, really, in match number 1. But that was noticeably, just no two ways around it, just a bad shot.
I'm also not entirely sure what he was thinking in terms of, I know he was playing the long loss of turn. Was he trying to make the combination? Because he wasn't making any effort to hide the white whatsoever. So was he just sort of teasing Liam and saying, you can have full sight of your yellows, you're not going to do anything with them?
I suppose before he obviously ended up developing them, you know, you take a look at what he'd have left. He'd have left a double into a clean pocket and very, very little else. Although, I'm surprised that fell in. But Chris is potting himself into trouble here.
Played that with rakes at right-hand side, trying to go past that yellow and hit the tiniest gap to land on the red at the top of the table.
Or we could be in for some fun and games in this frame. This is the worst news for a CD since the dawn of the MP3.
I sense, as he takes on the double loss of turn, he was playing the cue ball as much as he was the red there. I sense you've had that one locked and stored for a while. To pick your moment to break it out.
No comment. Well, does this slide along the top rail? He's going to need it to.
Don't know.
I can't imagine he played to land here, but
if it does, then he can pull it straight back and then have the thing clip, but that doesn't get him on the 8 ball. You could, to be honest with you, it's perfect anyway. Just bump the yellow over the pocket and leave the cue ball all but welded to the red. Are you taking control of the frame? No, he did go, so that was a fabulous positional shot. He needs another.
yeah, you sort of, you go one of two ways here. You either play to barely hit it, or you play to almost over hit it.
He has to ride this round the table. I don't think he can drop it in dead weight, but there is a line available. That's not it.
There.
That's not it. He's on the 8 ball, top right. Or top left.
I was going to say, I think top left might be the preferred. Could go either way here.
I think it's just all in your eye line if you go top right. I'm assuming he can see the potting angle. I'm pretty confident he can. There's no need going top left here for me. Just misses it.
See, that was what I thought almost might happen, because you mentioned about it all being in your eye line, and obviously that's absolutely correct. But the red is also in his eye line, and almost subconsciously, do you move that cue ball a couple of millimeters to the right to deliberately avoid the red? Does it push it to the thicker jaw?
Yeah.
I'm asking questions.
None of it was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not put the red there, and you could hit that shot, you know, and get nowhere near the pot. It was just a really tough pot. I think he'll be really disappointed with not getting around the table. He needed more side, a little bit deeper on the cue ball. Middle of the bottom cushion wasn't he playing for. He's playing 3 cushion round, and he was quite a long way out, in all honesty.
Another line that just needs finding here. Beautifully played. And a bit of a steep steal in that frame for Chris Day in the end. All sorts of stuff going on. I mean, that mad safety fluke that he played completely altered the direction of that rack, and you feel like a little bit like he's got away with one.
Yeah, I mean, you play a shot as bad as that, and he'll tell you that. That's not just me being ultra critical. That he'll hope that's the worst shot he plays all season, and he got away with it.
It's a good way of putting it. I don't think you're wrong.
It was just very jarring, wasn't it? He played so well in the first match, and just, I mean, the work he was asked to do, he did so well, so efficiently. It was just very out of character.
Interestingly, he's sticking with that brilliant break he's been using so far. So crawling off at the start of this match.
Hits it nowhere near as well as the first one and gets the result from it. Okay, it wasn't terrible by any stretch, but the first one was fabulous.
Yeah, it just shows when it goes to the side cushion like that, especially from that angle, it's an ever so slight miss here. But yeah, he's not going to be too choosy about that. He's got a decent layout to go at. Good chance.
He has, but he doesn't have any angle on the first yellow to get out. And he doesn't have a red. Or does he? I think he has to go right centre, doesn't he? He has to back himself to make red right centre and go. But then the 8 ball becomes a problem. So it sort of pick your poison, really. But if he goes yellows, he's got to find an angle to deal with the yellow on the nearest the right cushion. So I don't think it goes. Okay, so he did have an angle to get out to play the breakout, but there is traffic in the way. Yeah,
there's a good chance this doesn't come out. You can line it up as much as you like, but even on that line, there's no guarantees here. Yeah, well, that couldn't have gone any worse.
Easy to say in hindsight, but well, red's better. The only problem with the reds was the 8 ball, and it's not dead. It's just it doesn't go to its obvious pocket. But he had, I wouldn't say an easy starter, but he had a starter you should make to right centre that gets you on the reds on the right hand side at the top of the table. I don't know. It was all within your own control. You didn't have to make anything happen on reds.
He's going to play this yellow, which is a brave shot. Got to get a really good cue ball hit. Time foul.
That one wasn't close either.
No, and just looking at what Chris has played, I'm not sure. I just got himself a little lost there.
I think the last frame's in his mind. I really do. I think the last frame is just still there. That's just knocked him out of his rhythm. Maybe this is what he was talking about in his interview at the start of the night. You know, we saw Craig Waddingham a few weeks ago, and you sense there's never been any reaction to any shot ever from Craig. Almost like, is that what Chris needs? I'm not saying he's been shaky since, but that was a very strange frame considering the level he played in his first match, and then that was a very strange shot following. So is there some hangover?
That's a lovely nudge. He's just got to land on the red above the 8 ball now, though.
I think
he's just come round to have a look. Yeah, does it go bottom left? And that's what he's come round to look at, and looks pretty confident at least.
I'm pretty confident it goes.
May only have half a pocket, but that's all he needs. Danger rat, danger gerbil, danger hamster.
Make your own mind up.
Danger mouse.
I'm still stuck on the MP3. Can't get involved in that debate at the same time. Haven't got the bandwidth for that.
Neither did the CD.
He's looked at this multiple times, so maybe it is a little bit tighter than expected. He's slightly annoyed that he's left it low of straight to the left centre as well, because he's going away from his work. So with it being tight, the last thing he wanted to do was be moving into it or leaving it from distance, but he has dealt with that well. I mean, it's as good as you could hope to be on it, and it's fine. It's got enough pocket.
15-second shot clock in play.
Yeah, in it flies. Clinical finish in the end from Liam White. 2-1.
Very strange shot that from Chris. It really was. There was a safety option out there. He could have bumped the ball into play and welded up against one of Liam's balls, or Albert, and kind of held off and waited for another chance.
It almost looked like he just got a little bit caught in two minds as he was playing the shot. And obviously, the shot clock's running down. There's not a huge amount of time to compose yourself to maybe do, and he's almost played no shot in a way, because the shot he has played, the cue ball's absolutely nowhere. There's no obvious intent with the shot he played.
I think the time foul, he was so far after the time foul that he knew at the moment of impact, and almost you subconsciously just go, oh no, I fouled, and you switch off with the shot you're playing.
Yeah, very possible. Another flush break for Liam White. Those can't be dry, can they? Oh. You almost feel when a player like Liam, who obviously breaks so well, you almost feel aggrieved for him when they come up dry. Like, what more can you do? 15 seconds. Shot clock's rolled around pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's going to have a big say in this match.
It's part of the game, isn't it? You've got to deal with. You have to roll with a few dry breaks here and there. He'll be pleased with the red and yellow coming together on the right-hand side. Important for Chris to get the angle to do the developing work. Obviously, he has the red close by, but there isn't much room to land with the angle he wants to play that breakout, and it's a subtle one. He'd love to almost catch the yellow half ball when he gets the angle to break out. That's not the angle. Trying to pinch the pocket there to get the angle on. That's where he was trying to get to, and he's actually a couple of rolls short. But again, this isn't the Chris Day we saw in the first match.
Yeah, that was a missable shot though. You could see exactly what he was trying to do, and that's the only reason he's missed that. You could see it. We were right in line with it, that he was playing a line that never looked there, and at pace. Lost a turn for Liam White. Feels risky.
No, I'm okay with this. What, 2-1 up, 3 minutes to play. Okay, even if he was to lose a tactical exchange, lose it slowly. But he's got in front on the numbers, exchange here.
The only reason I said it was risky is that shot was on, and obviously that's a gamble that Liam's taken. But it's a gamble that's paid off for him.
Yeah, that was a gamble that Chris played, trying to open up the reds. I know maybe he was trying to make something top right there and get both reds out, but he's just opened up the yellows here. The only good news is that the red is blocking two yellows at the top of the table, and that's going to slow Liam down.
Was just in time. But Chris is the one that has to chase. 2 minutes left, he is behind. His decision there was one of, well, I need to push the boats out. What a great double that is. That's a brilliant shot. Chris Day make a revival in this match.
That double was fabulous. It wasn't the best of safety shots from Liam, has to be said. He should have got that snooker. Didn't leave a clean pot on, but from where he was, he had to rush it. But yeah, safety was required. That's an excellent shot from Chris as well.
Judge this finish to perfection. That's a great counter clearance. It really, really, really is from Chris Day. 2-2, 90 seconds to go, all to play for. It's Chris Day's break next, on much less as the match is turned in this year's Champions League. And maybe, it's been a bit of a theme of tonight. maybe that's the belief that Chris Day alluded to. He mentioned in his interview earlier he wanted to be a player that players don't want to play against, that they know they have to scrape them off the table. This match may well be evidence of that.
And also maybe touch against it, because for a frame and a half there he was making some strange decisions, but then that was a fabulous finish. If he can put together a break here and give himself 92 seconds to try and make a clearance, then yeah, there's absolutely something in there.
It's a cliche in a few different sports, but it's one that holds true in this one. Winning when you're not playing particularly well is a good sign of a champion. Referee Rich Tesco gets us restarted. 92 seconds to go. Plenty of time for a late winner.
Awkward 8 ball. Does he have an opener? Actually, does he have any opener? Must be able to pop something, surely. Yellow clip in the middle. Oh, this could take it long.
Oh, so you feel like you deserve more than this.
You do deserve better than this.
It's a great pot.
Okay, so now it's all about getting that 8 ball out. But the yellows are no bother here. It's about getting an angle to get the 8 ball out. And you can do it unconventionally. You can leave it late if you want to, because you're not going to leave a counter option.
"38 seconds.
Hasn't had the angle yet. Still hasn't, unless he forces it.
28.
Yeah, he might run out of time. Touch of the Carl Morris is going on here.
He's going to leave it until last.
Still got 3 shots to play. 13 seconds.
What does it go? Four seconds. He's going to run out of time. Oh, it's exactly what we saw last week. Chris Day just misses out on the finish by a tiny fraction, and it ends all square for the second successive match. Liam White finishes 2 each, and Chris Day's momentum is halted. And goodness me, do we have an interesting group here in the Champions League. We'll get into it when we come back.